It is Monday, July the 1st, 2024. I am James. You are you. We are here live on the World Wide Web, otherwise known as twitch.tv/athomewithjames. Episode 489 of the show that won't and can't go away. Although, at the point that we're at, any given Monday could be it. It could be the last one. We don't know what the fates hold. For all I know, I might just get rid of the internet. For all I know, I might pawn my computer. For a couple extra bucks, I might hitchhike all the way across Canada, find a new life. Won't be an internet streamer anymore. But if I did hitchhike across Canada, it would be apropos if it happened, I don't know, today. Why is it? Well, it's Canada Day. Of course, it's July the 1st. I don't know if we've ever even done a Canada Day episode, which means maybe the show can't go away because it shows and it proves that there's plenty of other things to cover every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when we say 9 p.m., of course, we mean 9:07 p.m. In addition to this being the show that will never go away, it's also the show that will never start on time. We like to tease you. You click the link wherever you're coming to us from. You get to watch that waiting screen. You don't know when that song's going to hit. You're sitting there in silence and then and you get a little tingly. Just like I'm getting a little tingly right here, right now, because I'm joined this evening by the co-host, the co-pilot, but I like to call him, and I think you like to call him, the side piece. Well, it's Dave Kaufman. Dave, happy Canada, Dave.
This is our country.
Is that a Canadian song?
No, but it is about a country being your country. And today's Canada Day, and that's our country.
Was it a real song?
Yeah. Oh, it might be just from a commercial or something.
A Canadian commercial?
Nope.
Okay, so you're co-opting maybe American culture.
Sure, but there's nothing more Canadian than co-opting American culture.
Ooh, we're starting off hot.
That's right.
We're starting off hot. Dave, you celebrated Canada Day today. I couldn't believe it. I woke up and I didn't remember that it was Canada Day because I'm not 12. I don't celebrate national holidays. I don't go look at fireworks or stand by a bonfire and roast weenies. I
What
did
else don't you do, James?
Trust me, there ain't enough time in this episode for me to tell you what I don't do. I'll tell you what, I don't have enough fun. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, revised resolutions. Maybe we'll touch on it a little bit later today. I did work. Went into to a workspace that I frequent every now and then, and no one was there. I thought, well, I guess they don't work on Mondays. And then I was downtown, and I thought, I'm going to go get a bite to eat in the food court. It was on St. Catherine Street. Streets are a mess.
Oh, yeah?
Construction everywhere. It was humiliating. I was opening all these doors, and I kept thinking, well, I guess they closed this entrance because of construction. Then it occurred to me at about 11:30. Oh yeah, it's Canada Day.
Okay.
That's how I celebrate Canada Day today.
All
Dave,
right.
what'd you get up to? I know a little bit. I said save it. Let's deal with it on the air.
Well, most of us working stiffs get the day off, so everyone has
Well, I
that.
work too.
Sure, but
Not as much
I would
as you.
suppose like the 9 to 5ers of the world. I
Yeah,
guess.
I have a bit of an erratic schedule.
You have the lifestyle of an artist, James, and some of us are just regular plebs. You know, we go into an office job and we wait for days like today where we don't have to go in.
And by office, you mean your basement?
Yes, exactly. And I decided that I will do it after the working day is over. I will, still go down to the basement and do the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so I had the day off. I spent it with my family because daycare is closed today. And we hung out at home for the morning, which is unusual. Normally, we're full of activities. But then we went to a Canada Day park celebration in Montreal West, the city of Montreal
How well attended
West.
was this thing?
Was
it awful?
Jam-packed, James.
Okay.
There were lines like it was a La Ronde for every little kid activity they had.
Let me guess.
Mm-hmm.
Face painting.
They did, yeah.
All right. Was there a water pad?
There was, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ice cream?
There wasn't like an ice cream station. You could get like a little ice cream from the drink stand.
Okay, but you could get ice
You
cream.
could
There's
get
a
ice
snack.
cream. You could get ice
Okay,
cream.
okay. All right.
But there was more, James, so you haven't guessed it all.
Well, I got to guess every. Well, I know some of them, so I don't want to spoil it. So, what else were some of the other items?
There was a petting zoo,
I was gonna guess petting zoo, but I thought there's no way.
but there was, James.
Okay.
The same petting zoo that's occasionally at the Cavendish Mall.
Okay, so it's the same company. You
Same.
recognize the animals.
I recognize the animal. Then they recognize me,
Yeah,
James.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
animals recognize animals.
They get a little nervous when I come around.
Oh yeah, why is that?
I don't want to go into it.
All right, we won't.
Yeah.
Happy Canada Day. Let's
Happy-
continue.
Yeah, and then there was a horse ride, a little pony, horse/pony ride, where they're sort of strapped to a wheel and they rotate as your kids
Horrible.
sit on
Just
them.
horrible.
I mean, it's not great for the animals, but the kids
Yeah.
they have a good time.
Yeah.
And there was music. There was this I don't know the name of it, but it was like Japanese drumming.
hmm
A bunch of people on different drums. It was really cool.
No,
And then,
like crappy bar band.
there was a good band. It was less like I feel like bar bands they play a lot of like 80s rock. This band was
Yeah.
playing like Stevie Wonder. They were playing a lot of like
Okay, good. A couple good time Charlies.
couple of Good Time Charlies. There was also a lone saxophone player that played the Canadian national anthem. That was interesting.
Yeah.
And there was also a kids entertainer who was playing kids songs like the Paw Patrol theme song. And
Who's playing TV theme songs?
well, they're just that one, and then We Are the Dinosaurs, which is a classic kids tune.
Now, I remember when I was going to Canada Day events up north in Morin Heights, it'd be classic bar bands. They'd just be a one bourbon,
Yeah,
one scotch. Yeah.
None of that here. None of that here. As far as I know, we came a little bit late, so they might have opened up the show, but it was pretty good. The music was pretty. It was not too loud.
Did they
It
play
wasn't
any
too
Canadian
overbearing.
music?
That's a good question. I mean, the national anthem's Canadian.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was any. I don't remember there being like, oh, they're playing like Tragically Hip or something like that.
Yeah.
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 No one's doing poets.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
No one's doing 50 mission cap.
No one's telling you what the poets are doing. And yeah,
Yeah.
no.
They're not playing Wheat Kings.
No, they're not. They're not playing the entirety of Road Apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna slow things down on this Canada Day afternoon. Sundown in the Paris of the prairies.
I mean, I like the Tragically Hip, James.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you. Well, I mean, look.
They didn't play any Bare Naked Ladies either, which is another classic Canadian band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Canadian music today. We're going to talk about a variety of things that has to do with Canadiana. You grew up going to any Canada Day events in NDG?
One year I drove to Ottawa for Canada Day.
Oh, on Parliament Hill?
Yeah. And the guy who was driving, I mean, I didn't drive, I was in the car, and the guy who was driving a 180 on the highway, and on the way home got pulled over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was anyone performing at Parliament Hill? Memorable artists?
there-
Sam Roberts?
I don't know about Parliament Hill, but Canada Day in Ottawa is wild. Like it was like a massive citywide party, drunks everywhere. It felt like Mardi Gras almost.
Whoa. Canadian Mardi Gras.
Canadian Mardi Gras is Canada Day on Parliament Hill. Fireworks roaring. I expect that there might be some fireworks blowing up tonight. I feel like I'm going to go outside and hear a couple of pops.
You think people are going to be setting them off on their own, or is it going to be some organized popping?
There might be some organized popping, and I think there might be some rogue poppers as well.
On a Monday?
Yeah, why not?
It's not traditionally a good time night because everyone's got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's a holiday.
Not me.
That's true. Well, your schedule's
Well,
off.
that's
and
not,
on.
I go to work tomorrow night.
Yeah, there you go. Because you live the artist lifestyle.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I've also taken the liberty of compiling a couple clips. Now, I did this on a bit of short notice. I want to watch just a couple of them right now. We'll cap it at 2
Okay.
for now, but we'll watch one, then we'll watch the other. Maybe we'll chat about the first one. First one is not going to be foreign to anyone who's been watching this show for a. Your lights just went off in your.
What?
And it looks
Well, I was
ominous.
using a monitor to light me up,
Oh,
and
understood.
now I'm
Yeah.
switching to the video. So
Yeah.
I'm putting on my
Spooky.
when you watch a movie, you turn the lights down
Yeah,
and
of
grab some popcorn. So that's what I'm doing.
course.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to invite you, if you're watching, to grab some popcorn or maybe some type of Canadian snack. Ritz crackers. I don't know if that's Canadian or not. Feels like it could be. Again, this first clip, it's not going to be unusual or unseen to people who've watched this show. It features someone who won I believe it was the 2021 Dude of the Year competition
I
on
mean,
the show.
that's a big award to win too.
It's a huge award,
Yeah,
especially when it comes to Canadian awards. It's right up there with the Geminis and the Junos or the Much Music Video Awards or the Order of Canada.
it's true.
Yeah.
We should give out the Order of Canada one day.
Maybe it'll be tonight. Let's see
Good.
what happens.
All right, here we
Let's go to
go.
the first clip.
Just crank this volume up a little bit.
What's your name?
My name? Oh, let me tell you my name. I'm confused because, like we're supposed to believe in the ministry, right? So is the church and state supposed to be separate? I'm confused because I never went to school, right? Is a confused person get a resolution? I don't understand. You see, when you go like that, right, you have a cross, two sticks, right? And that's how I felt when I was in Waterloo. Because when I walked in Waterloo and smiled at people, they treated me like a vampire. They used the cross and they went like this by not smiling at me. In Toronto, hey, hi guys, you know me, Steve Spiros, easygoing. Those who know me, I'm a nobody. You understand? And you can't kill a person with no body. So why am I afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out. And I'm gonna wear my sunglasses at night. You know why? Because women show their tits, have short skirts, and then they feel violated when I look at them. Why? Because I have sunglasses on and I'm weird. I'm from Humberside. I'm sorry if I made a fool of Humberside, but all those people who called me a sleepwalker, I woke up. Now I'm going back to sleep because I'm going to be committed in an isolation room because I'm going to go back to the ministry and allow them to perceive me as I am, a fuck up. Goodbye. Hey, Toronto the good. Look at this square. It was a shithole when I worked here. Now it looks like New York, Manhattan. Where are the bums? There's no bums here. Toronto doesn't have bums. But Waterloo, they're creating bums. They created me. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the church. Talk to the Pope. He knows everything. I had it. I'm gonna die. How can you die when you're dead? Oh, wait a second. I'm going to be crucified, right? I'm not going to raise my voice because I'm committed to the Lord. I love you.
All right. Dave, I was the first person to show you this video some years ago.
That's correct.
What are some of your favorite parts? Now, again, his name is Steve Spiros. He mentioned it. He introduced himself.
Well, it took him. I actually counted this time around, and it took him. The question was that he was answering in that 2 minutes was, "What is your name?"
Yes. Steve Spiros, Humberside.
Yeah, and it took him a full minute to actually say his name. And yeah, there's a lot of parts that I like about it. One is that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very Canadian. It seems like he might be in Dundas Square.
Yeah. Where there used to be bums, but there are no longer bums.
Yeah, Toronto doesn't, quote, Toronto doesn't have bums anymore.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good Steve Spiros impression.
I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo.
Yeah.
I do good impersonations.
You do, yeah.
Why don't you give him a try? Give Steve Spiros a try.
I wouldn't even know how to do it, to be honest. I wouldn't even.
I didn't either. I just did it.
I'm Steve Spiros. Not great.
You sound like Steve Spiros inside of Speaker's Corner.
Another classic Canadian location.
it's an all-time rant.
I mean, the end is. I mean, there's a lot of different portions. There's the shirt ripping off.
Yeah.
There's the I'm a nobody, and
How can you be a nobody when you have no body?
yeah, how you can't kill me because you can't kill, yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
He proclaims, "I'm gonna die." I also like
which
that
is true. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, true enough. I like that he says it looks like New York, Manhattan.
Yeah,
That might be my favorite part because I've never heard anyone refer to Manhattan as New York, Manhattan.
Well,
Looks
you
like
know.
New York, Manhattan.
it's New York's the state and Manhattan's the city.
Yeah. Well, and Manhattan is also in New York, New York.
That's true. So Manhattan's not the city. I guess it's the borough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's a great Canadian. So
Yeah.
I would like to dedicate this Canada Day.
Well, he
to
definitely
Steve
likes to
Spiros.
creep on women. He likes to look.
Sure, he does. This is him looking.
Yeah. Well, he's also got his sunglasses, which I believe is a trick he may have learned from you.
What's interesting though, yeah, yeah, I invented that. Well, there is a cut. There is an edit because he does leave at one point. And
'Cause I know you've often called it the sleepwalker.
What's that?
Well, that's what he refers to.
Well, I did spend a lot of time in Waterloo, so maybe
Well, I
that's
know.
why. Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's why I like this video so much is that you both have ties to Waterloo.
We both have ties to Waterloo, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's misunderstood.
That's where he learned the move.
That's where he putting on glasses and creeping on ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of universities in Waterloo, so
I like when he goes about probably 2 minutes in, I'm not going to raise my voice. I'm not going to raise my voice.
I mean, the classic is the "I love you" at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some feelings towards the church.
What did he say about the church again?
It's all hard to decipher because at the beginning she asks his name, kind of leans down. Steve Spiros, Humberside.
Does he say Steve Spiros at the beginning? He doesn't say it.
Doesn't he?
No, let's watch the beginning
Or
again.
no, he goes, I'm from Humber. Yeah, let's take it from the top.
This is probably the best interview fashion studio.
What's your name?
My name? Oh, let me tell you my name. I'm confused because, like we're supposed to believe in the ministry, right?
See, he doesn't get there.
He introduces himself as confused.
Yeah. Let me tell you my name. I'm confused.
It's an unbelievable performance from a crazy man.
It's true, but I mean, if this was, say, like a sketch or some kind of art piece, I would give it a 10 on 10. I think it's brilliant.
Yes, I agree. There is an arc to it.
Yeah.
It's not super linear.
No. It paints a portrait of a man.
Yeah,
Really,
exactly.
It's like
where are the bums? There's no bums anymore.
It's like an impressionist painting. Like you squint from a distance and you see the full image.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark. I have not been to Toronto in a number of years, about 5, but I'd wager to say that I suspect they probably have a homeless problem.
You think so? I don't know.
I'm gonna just take a guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I
That
think
Toronto does have, as he refers to them, as bum.
I think they're doing pretty well, Toronto.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the next clip. This one is a PSA. Now, Dave, we did an entire episode on Canadian PSAs. This one really fell under the radar, and I spotted it today, and I quite enjoyed it.
Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, buckle up, everyone.
Here we go.
Creepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? I got hit from inside by hemophilia, and nobody can fix me. Jeepers, creepers, but I can fly.
There is no cure except your contribution. Help stop the bleeding. Help the Canadian Hemophilia Society.
Now, what I find intriguing about this one is they try to lighten the load, like, but I can fly, and shows this young man playing with a toy.
Yeah.
And then the voiceover actor comes in. There is no cure.
He kind of rugs you. He gives you a little bit of hope, and then he pulls it away.
Yeah, but at least I can fly. There's no cure.
Now, hemophilia, that you bleed internally.
Well, as the young man said it, he gets punched from the inside.
Okay.
He's got 2 black eyes from hemophilia.
Oh man.
And don't forget, Dave, There is no cure
You know,
except your contributions
I have a tough time with
to the
little,
Canadian Bureau of Hemophilia.
yeah.
This young man can fly,
It sounds like
but he's got no hope.
Gene Simmons a little bit.
We need your money,
Yeah.
but there's no cure because he gets punched from the inside. Now, Dave, you're referring to my impersonation of Gene Simmons as part of the Rockers Against Drugs.
That's right. That's right. I am referring to that.
Yeah.
And you know, it is. I feel like
He's
commercials.
so sad.
Commercials where little kids are medically affected by something that is.
I want to jump in
incurable.
quickly. I don't want to cut you off, but I will. When the commercial began and this young boy turns, he's got two black eyes. What were you thinking this was going to be about?
I thought it was going to be a domestic abuse kind of ad, or child abuse, I guess. Of like a story of like, look for the signs of if a kid in your neighborhood is being.
Yeah, the signs are two black eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it feels like if this kid were to go to school
Yeah.
with two black eyes, no, I've got hemophilia. I get punched from the inside.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's believing it. I think these parents are going down.
You're calling child services immediately. You're right. I mean, I would. I like. I mean, that's unacceptable. I feel like, you know, my wife works in the school system. She deals with kids with parents who have come from rough pasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to.
You want to know the thing about kids with parents with rough pasts?
What's that?
There is no cure. There's no cure. There's no cure except
right.
for your contributions.
Yeah, you can contribute to their parents' drug fund.
Oh, mamma mia. Dave, we're celebrating tonight.
I'm sorry, you're right. It's Canada Day. And this kid, you know, one of the great Canadian heroes.
Dave, you talked about a Canadian, or you talked about Gene Simmons, who's a musician. I'm curious to know, I want to quickly chat about some of your favorite Canadian musicians and artists, bands.
Sure.
Talked about The Hip.
Yeah.
Sundown in the Paris of the prairies. That's already like a 5 on 10 Gord Downey impersonation.
Yeah, yeah. I think you could. I feel like I've heard a better Gord Downey.
Yeah,
from you.
I'm not even. That's me not even trying.
Not even trying. And I couldn't even do one at all.
Try it. You tried your Steve Spiros. Let's try Gord Downey.
Don't tell me what the poets are doing.
Oh God. Can you take that one from the top again the exact way you did it? Because it sounds like somebody, but I can't do it again.
You. Don't tell me what the poets are doing.
It kind of sounds a little bit like Gary Newman. Here in my car, I am driving around.
Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason.
It's a terrible impersonation of Gord Downey.
Well, there you go.
You like the Bare Naked Ladies?
I do. I mean, I did when I was a kid.
Give the Bare Naked Ladies a try.
Drove downtown in the rain, 9:30 on a Tuesday
Sounds like Elvis.
night, just to check out the late night record shop. Late night record shop.
I'll take it from here. Call it impulsive, call it compulsive, you can call it insane. My land and tell me I'm under the bed. Right now I am lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did.
That's not any good either.
I'll tell you what, you're gonna say that's not good compared to yours.
Yeah,
Your
mine's better.
Yeah, yours is better. Yeah,
Mine's better for sure. That's a good impression of my impression.
You ain't nothing but Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Brian in the rain. All right, you like the Baron? Who else do you like that's Canadian?
Canadian?
Yeah. Yeah, Canadian.
I feel like there's a lot of classic rock Canadian bands that I like, but I wouldn't be able to name
April
them.
Wine.
Sure, good.
Triumph.
Yeah.
Trooper.
Yeah.
Harlequin. Chilliwack.
Okay.
Rush.
Oh, here's a subgenre of Canadian music that I like.
Yeah.
Which is like that, like I don't know, 20 years ago, like the Canadian indie rock scene, like Broken Social scene. I was a big fan of. So like Kevin Drew, Feist, Metric. I mean, I wasn't a huge Metric fan, but they're not bad.
Is Feist a 1, 2, 3, 4, tell me do
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the iPod commercial.
Yeah. There you go.
No, yeah, 5 on 10 impersonation.
Is Wolf Parade Canadian?
I don't even know who that is.
What's it called? Arcade Fire. I was big into
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's a bunch of like
Mine stops around the late 90s.
Yeah, yeah. Sarah McLachlan. I mean, I'm not big into her, but she's
Building a Mystery.
Yeah, she was big when I was younger.
What about how about Holly McNarland? Her
Sure.
big song Numb.
Yeah, yeah.
Amanda Marshall.
The Moffats, James.
My heart goes bang, bang, boom. I'm going
right.
to tell you something. I was listening to that song today.
Why?
Yeah. I was just walking down the street and it was an early morning. Got Mona Lisa by my
your
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the story behind those mysterious eyes?
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What about Amanda Marshall? Classic light rock.
What did she sing again?
One of her big songs was Birmingham. My favorite is Fall from Grace.
How's that go?
There are no secrets.
Oh, yeah,
no
that one's good.
windows at my door and no.
Oh,
Yeah.
when you hit my hand. Yeah.
2 on 10 impersonation, Dave.
Well,
Mine wasn't much better.
that's
3 on
double
10.
my last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not in any of the classic rockers.
I like them, but I feel like if I didn't like grow up while it was coming out, I don't have good recollection.
I didn't grow up when it was coming out.
I'm not saying you. I'm
You're
talking
older
about
than
me.
me, Gramps.
I'm talking about me. If I didn't know, like, if it wasn't like something that I was like actively listening to as I was going through it, like as it was coming out, then I don't remember. I don't have good recall on the names of the bands. That's the problem.
Now, how about these musicians that transcend Canada, like a Drake or I think a Joni Mitchell?
Or a Gordon Lightfoot,
Yeah, I guess he transcended.
a Neil Young.
Oh God, you want to talk about transcendence? Neil Young.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love Neil Young.
Can you do a Neil Young impersonation?
Oh man, take a look at my life.
Every impersonation you just got a country twang.
Well, I was inspired by the great country artists of our time.
Like who?
Kid
Why don't
Rock.
we go to another couple clips here? Again, I've curated what I think is a real power play. Now, this next one, I debated ending with it, but then I thought, why wait? This guy, if we were to do Dude of the Year 2024, would absolutely take the cake.
All right, here we go.
I hope you're ready for this. You're gonna really relate to this guy, trust me.
I think I know who this guy. I think I know this guy personally.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet you do know him. I think you have a lot in common with this guy.
All right, here we go.
What did you buy today?
I bought 6 Busch Light, 6 Bud Light, and I love them, tall boys.
Tall boys? How much would you drink a day?
Well, what day? Regular day, I don't know, maybe a couple beers, depends. Weekends, maybe, 5 beer. 2 drinks a week.
What do you think of that?
Well, that's just not feasible, not in this country. Well, come on, man, 2 drinks a week, what's that gonna do for you? I mean, that doesn't even get you through a day. A reasonable amount, if you're at home, you should be able to have like 4 beer. That's just 2 more. I mean, I'll have 6. But 4 is a fair number. But there shouldn't even be guidelines anyway. Why are you going to tell me how much I can drink at home?
Well, I guess the idea is, would you be concerned that you're at a higher health risk if you're drinking too much?
No. That's the main point here is why are they telling me what I can drink at home? What, can I have 2 liters of pop? Can I have 2 liters of pop? Well, what's more healthy? 4 beers or 2 liters of Coca-Cola? Do the math.
So I'm guessing that this information about the new guidelines isn't going to change your mind.
It's heartbreaking, and I can't even believe it. Rock and roll! Oh, wait a minute. You can't handle the tooth.
All right, let's chat about this. I believe this guy is from Hamilton. I recall him being at a Hamilton Tiger Cats game. Dave, what do you think of this guy? What do you think about this initiative that I guess perhaps local government was trying to monitor how much people drink in their own home? It's ridiculous, right?
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think that. I mean, maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like they're just giving out guidelines. They're not telling you what to do, right?
Well, I don't think he likes those guidelines.
Right, but they're just
Let's-
guidelines.
From the top,
Yeah.
how many a day? He goes, which day?
Right. I mean, I guess
Which
that's
is, I think, a
valid.
reasonable
It's
question.
valid. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's saying he has 4 beer. I like that he just goes, he doesn't say beers, 4 beer. Just
Yeah.
2 more? Just 2 more?
Yeah. I mean, for beer on a everyday, I mean that's
Which day?
I mean that's true. Which day? That's you stumped me.
Let
I
me.
don't-
Okay. Well, let's go through the days. Monday,
Monday. If you have
get home
four,
from work.
yeah,
He's drinking. I think it was Bush.
yeah.
You like that beer?
I do not. I do not like that
all
beer.
right.
Yeah,
All right.
and it's very. There's also I have a very high tolerance for varieties of beer. It's very few beers that I don't like, but Bush, that's Bush League stuff, man.
Why?
Because it doesn't taste good, and like there's other beers that are that style.
Give me a Bush comparable.
I mean, I would feel like Coors Light would be a comparable,
Okay,
or Coors
Monday.
would be a comparable
Monday.
beer.
The day's done.
Yeah.
How many beers?
Me?
Yes.
None.
No, but like, look, I know that you're trying not to drink these days, but if you were like, I'm gonna crack open some Coors.
Yeah.
How many on a Monday?
I mean,
I
what?
need answers because we're going the entire week.
Okay, so if I'm being honest, I would
Yeah.
only have one beer.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday? I mean, I guess I'm having one again if I have to drink.
Okay, Wednesday.
Wednesday? Wednesday I'm having one also.
Thursday.
Thursday
Things are changing.
I'm gonna have two. Thursday,
Okay.
I feel like you're coming into the weekend. Maybe people go
You're
out on
pre-drinking.
Thursday night. You're pre-drinking for the
Okay, what
weekend.
about Friday? You don't have to work the next day.
Friday?
Yeah,
I mean,
Friday.
I guess I'm having 3 beers on a Friday. You have one
Saturday?
with dinner, then you have one after dinner, and then you have one, when you're like at 10:30 p.m. with the boys.
Saturday.
Saturday?
And 4 beer?
Whew, Saturday is probably the biggest drinking night of them all. That's 4. Maybe I'm up there with this Canadian man.
What about Sunday?
Sunday, Sunday's the Lord's Day, depending
All right,
on your
so you're
religion.
drinking wine then.
I'm drinking wine.
All right, now, what do you think about his argument when he's like, is that any better than drinking a 2-liter of pop? You do the math.
I mean, I think there's validity
Hold
there.
on, Dave. Do the math.
Okay, well, I think beer notoriously high in calories. You're drinking a lot of beer, you're getting a beer gut eventually, probably. If you're drinking as much as, I mean, this guy, God bless him, he's not in the best shape.
Oh, come on. Let's be kind.
I'm trying to be kind.
Yeah, okay.
He's not exactly having a beach bod, but but the same with pop. Pop has a lot of sugar, a lot of empty calories. You don't want to. It also, pop probably worse for your teeth. The carbonation and the sugar. That's probably rotting your teeth. So I agree. You shouldn't be having a 2-liter pop. So if you are, if you're giving guidelines on beer, you should be giving guidelines on pop too. I agree with him.
Well, it seems like he's drinking even more. Sometimes he'll have 6.
Sure, 6.
Now,
that's
have
a
you
big
ever had
night.
Have you ever had 6 beers in a night?
Oh yeah, for sure. Are you kidding? I mean,
Now-
in college, you're drinking more than 6 beers.
Well, maybe he was in college.
You think he's in college?
Could be.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
It could be. God
Now,
bless
do you
him.
think you'd have a good time talking to this guy? I would.
You think so? I feel like
I know so. I would get along with this guy no problem.
I think that this guy would fast not like me. I think
Why?
Why? I don't know. I feel like I'd have.
You'd be telling him not to drink so much.
I think I'd be a bummer for that. I'd be concerned about his health, to be honest.
Come on.
What?
What do you think about his little thing at the end? You can't handle the tooth, and he pops his false tooth in and out.
What? Like, I mean, I was impressed with it. I'm not sure where the tooth came from. Like,
Well, it was. I think it was.
it's
Yeah,
in
it was,
his. It's in his like up here, and then it's on his
I think
tongue.
it was like using his tongue to pop out kind of that.
So he's
that-
popping it back. He's storing it in his tongue, like.
Well, because you've had one of those, haven't you?
Not in the same. My teeth are
Oh,
are caps, but they're not removable. They
Got
stay.
it.
They're
Okay.
permanent. Yeah.
all right.
So I've never had
I love
anything
this.
like this. Yeah.
I like this guy a lot. I want to go to one more clip here before we keep chatting. This is an excerpt from what might be the greatest Canadian TV show of all time. And no, we're not talking about Rookie Blue. This is from. You really like that one, hey Dave? You like that one?
Well, I thought we were going to be talking about Rookie Blue.
This one is from Degrassi Junior High.
Yeah. All right.
It's from Degrassi Junior High. I want you to cue it up. It's this is a really, it's a hard scene to watch.
Well, I'm here with you, James, so I feel at ease.
All right.
Wheels? Wheels? Come on, man. I thought we were friends. Yeah. Like Snake, right? He won't even talk to me. He doesn't know what to say. No one talks to me. All they do is stare. Come on, man. Relax. You made my parents mad at me. No, I didn't. Relax. You messed it up. You made me go to your house. It wouldn't have happened if I'd gone to the movie. You couldn't have stopped it. Yeah, you think you're so smart. What do you know? I should have gone to the movie. Wheels, no one knew they were gonna die. If you would have gone, you would have been dead too. You don't want to be dead. Yes, I do. What are you doing? I should have gone to the movie. Stop it. I should have went to the movie with them. I should have went at your place. And I wouldn't have died. I should have gone to the movie. You wouldn't have thought if I went. I just wish I was dead. I'm going crazy.
Joey, are you all right?
Now, Dave, I know that was tough to watch. It's quite a beating.
Yeah.
So a little context in this episode, Wheels, the young man who was having a hard time, his parents were in a car crash and it unfortunately took their lives.
Mm.
And he's looking for everybody to blame now. And he beat up his best friend with just some absolutely vicious punches.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, do you want to talk about the content of the show or?
Now, what do you think about that line? You don't want to be dead, do you? Yes.
I mean, you know, if both your parents die in a tragic car crash, I feel like it would sort of rattle you emotionally. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like...
What if that were you? What if that were you? Do you think you'd beat me up like that?
If I was going to go to a movie with my parents...
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Dave, you should come over and hang out.
So I go hang out, and then on the way to the movie, both my parents die.
You have 4 beer.
I have 4 beer at your house?
Yeah.
And then they die? I mean...
Well, they've had a couple of liters of pop that night.
They've had, well, you know, they shouldn't be driving then, but... you know, I don't think I feel like it's hard to put myself in that state emotionally, but
See me at school the next day.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I might beat you up, but probably for a different reason.
What would that reason be? If you had to imagine.
You probably, well, you know what? I probably wanted to watch a movie at your place, and you didn't let me.
Yeah. Cause to me, it's not an ideal guy's night.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not an ideal guy's night. You know, I actually want to keep watching a couple clips here because there's a few good ones on tap.
Sure, but I want to keep talking about that for 1 second.
Okay. This has been poignant for you.
I feel like the acting, there's something uniquely Canadian about that kind of acting, and I don't know if it's just like bad acting, and so I feel like it's Canadian.
Well, it
but
might
like,
be a bit of both, but
Yeah.
this is a good segue.
Mhm.
Other Canadian TV shows. There's a lot of classics. The Beachcombers,
Ready or Not,
King of Kensington.
the Littlest Hobo.
Oh my God, what an incredible show! The
Yeah.
Littlest Hobo.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow I want to settle down.
I was always kind of bummed out when that came on.
Of course, but
Yeah.
then you know he's the hero.
It's true, he is, but it was sort of boring,
Oh come on,
wasn't it?
I don't think so.
I think it was very boring.
Now, how about this one is from the late '90s? Student Bodies.
Oh yeah. Wow, that rang some kind of bell in me. I feel like
Breaker High.
Yeah, Breaker High, sure. Student Bodies, I feel like some of the actors went on to do great things afterwards, like host a CTV talk show or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of good CTV talk shows. Canada AM, the Deanie Petty Show, the Marilyn Dennis Show.
Sure, yeah. Video and Arcade Top 10.
Oh no. With Nicholas Pickles.
Pickles, yeah. That's what it was?
I was gonna add a clip of that show to this show, but I couldn't. All I could find was full episodes.
Oh, we could have watched the full one.
And all it did was remind me of when that show came on as a kid, how excruciatingly boring I thought. Nothing happened in the show.
I loved Video and Arcade Top 10.
Of course you did.
I loved little
Of course you
clips
did.
of the video games. I was so like, oh, I want to play that. I want to play
That
this.
part was interesting, and I know this game, but
Yeah.
then just nothing would happen.
It's
I
true.
wanted it to be better than it was.
It's true. And now I feel like there's a whole, a whole genre of activity, which is game streaming, came not out of that show, but like it led towards that. And I feel like they botched it. They could have had a monopoly on, if they only took that idea and pushed it further and actually showed more gameplay footage.
Now, what about Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh yeah, I had a few friends that were on that show.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to them?
Someone on to successful acting careers.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyone we know?
Probably not.
All right. Well, then let's go back to the clips here. There's a couple doozies coming up.
Oh, one last thing.
Yeah.
Do you think Wheels kind of looks like friend of the show, Jason Grimmer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Great call. This one might get you a little excited.
To go after a hard day's work? Well, head on out to the Sundowner for the classiest, sassiest experience in French table dancing. The Sundowner, Lundy's Lane, Niagara Falls, Canada, open 6 days a week, noon to 1 a.m. Come in for a great lunch special or a full course meal anytime. Always full bank exchange on your currency. The Sundowner, an easy drive from where you are right now. Visit us soon. We've got first class sass.
So, Dave, if we leave now to get to Niagara Falls, according to this commercial, it's an easy drive.
It's an easy drive, James.
Wherever you are now. And there's
Now,
lunch specials.
I don't even know if the Sundowner is still open. I might look it up.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I was gonna put you on that task. The Sundowner. There's lunch specials.
The Sundowner, Adult Entertainment Club, Niagara Falls, open. Closes at 2 a.m.
It's still open.
2.9 stars.
Oh my god! Now, Dave, would you be able to? Can you skim through some of the reviews?
Sure. Canada Day might affect some of these hours, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna look up some reviews over here.
So it's 2.9 out of 5 or out of 10?
Out of 5.
Okay, still horrible.
Oh, the first one, 5 stars from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My husband and I love coming here whenever we're in Niagara Falls. Most of the girls are great. Most of them. The one waitress / manager is our favorite. She made or experienced a typo. Great. She made sure we got the right rum. Last time the bartender tried to pass off lambs for Captain Morgan. Okay. So they weren't happy because the bartender pulled a fast one and gave them a cheaper alcohol than they wanted to. Despite Captain Morgan being a pretty cheap alcohol to begin with.
Yeah. Well, I like that they were doing something as a couple.
And that's Jennifer Vahay.
Yeah. Thanks, Jennifer.
Let's look at a 1-star review. From 3 months ago. VJiggy81. The girls were pretty, but the ATM seems to charge you more than what you would expect. So I think they're rigged. The girls are very greedy and unenjoyable. They will ignore you, told them you wanted one dance. Not great. People, they have trouble with English.
Yeah, tough in Niagara Falls.
Yeah. However, when the second song comes on, it's your fault because apparently you also needed to tell them when the one song was finished. They will offer to take you to the back room, which I assume will be met with ready hypocriticalness. Big word.
Whoa.
I had a drink poured on me from one of the girls because I did not put up with one of her nonsense. So if you decide to go in, be careful. The place is rigged to screw over men.
Wow. Okay, the Sundowner. Watch out.
Yeah, I'll read one more review maybe.
Yeah.
From Justice Sinclair.
Whoa. Incredible name.
2 stars. Food was good. Went during the day. I do not recommend. Girls are not attractive and rude. Been here on the weekend, though. Dancers weren't as bad. Some attractive ones. And 2 people gave that a thumbs up. Oh,
wow.
Ralph,
thanks, Justice.
I'm going to give one more review. Another 5-star, just to keep it even.
Yeah, let's be fair. 2 and 2.
Ralph Mendez. Monique gave me the best 2.5 hours of my life. Look for her. She's great. Other than that, we had a fantastic experience. The private dances were fairly priced at $25 a song, and the dancers were very talented. Would recommend. Thumbs up.
Well, Dave, I think it's official. A week from tonight, we'll be broadcasting the show live from Sundowners, where we may or may not have a drink poured on our head.
Now, they said they're expert
Special guest Monique.
They're experts in French table dancing.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
I imagine it's just the dancers get on the table and dance.
I'll look it up.
All right. Well, I have to tell you something, Dave. When we transition from this to our next clip, I think it's going to be a perfect segue to what we're about to see.
French table dancing. You know what?
Yeah.
When you search French table dancing, the first thing that comes up
Sundowners
is the Sundowners First Class Sass
Incredible.
videos. And there is no definition for French table dancing because it doesn't exist.
Okay, so maybe it's something a phrase that they have coined.
They've coined it, yes.
All right. So let's go to our next clip. I think again it's just a perfect accidental segue.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm not foreign and I just came a week ago.
You just came a week ago to Canada?
Yes?
Okay.
Okay. I got something to say.
Here we go.
Honey, listen, I lost my voice, but I gotta say.
Okay.
What am I talking about?
You're talking about bilingualism in Canada. Should people have to speak English and French?
Should people have to speak English and French
Yeah.
in Canada? In Toronto?
No, in Canada.
In Canada. I believe in freedom of speech for everyone. Equilibrium.
Okay.
Honey, I'm a little high, but I love the camera. Should I?
No, you look great. Thank you. Next around. No. That's never happened before.
Wow. Is there more to it? There's 3 more seconds. I feel like we got the gist of it.
I think we got the gist of it. So that's they're doing a news report on bilingualism in Canada. Dave, what do you think about bilingualism in Canada?
I mean, it's a complicated subject. I like the fact that.
All right, well, let's move on. What did you think about when she took her tatas out?
I mean, look, everyone.
It was a big blur box.
It was a big it was a big blur box. I'm not one to judge somebody else's body. I think that she
was stacked.
We're all God's children, and we all are born naked.
Yeah.
So,
when
I
you
feel
see
like
her, you say, "Oh Jesus."
I feel like people have the right of freedom of expression, and that includes demonstrating.
Well, she believes
one's
in
body.
free speech, equilibrium for everyone.
That's true, and she's also a little high.
Now, at the beginning of the clip,
yeah.
She takes a step back. She kind of pulls her shirt down to show, I guess, her form.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I raised an eyebrow and I thought, I think this is going to go off the rails.
I feel like you could have even raised an eyebrow immediately when she came onto camera.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, she didn't know what she was so into the idea
High.
of being interviewed and high.
Yeah.
That she didn't even know what the interview was about and then insisted on talking about something.
So I like that, she pulls the top up. I think she pulls the bra down.
Mm-hmm.
Camera pans away, pans back, just in time to reveal that her pants are now down.
Yeah. You like that?
As a clip, I thought it was spectacular.
As a clip, yeah.
Yeah.
As a clip, I thought it was great.
If she would give Monique a run for her money.
I mean, maybe she might work at Sundowners.
Yeah. Maybe she seems like the type that would pour a drink on your head.
Oh yeah.
Now, what did you think about her opinions on bilingualism in Canada?
So I feel like I lost that thread during the video. So can you remind me?
How? What do you mean? Why?
I don't know. Maybe I just was thinking about, my life is busy.
You were probably there wishing you had your classic sunglasses on.
No.
Having 4 or 6 beer.
Nonsense, James. No, I was in deep thought, and I was thinking about life and philosophy and things of that ilk, and I missed the trail of logic that she was bestowing on us, and the way
she believes in free speech.
I believe in free speech too. We have that in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next clip.
Sure.
Now, I thought leading in this one, it would only be right if we had some representation from the province of Quebec.
Allô, c'est Jojo. Quel temps fera-t-il aujourd'hui? Ensoleillé ou nuageux? Quel est ton état d'âme? Est-ce une bonne journée pour tomber en amour, voyager ou signer un contrat? Qu'as-tu à prendre et quels sont tes choix? Appelle-moi au 1976 Jojo sur ma ligne d'astrologie personnalisée basée sur ton thème natal à toi. L'astrologie est une science de sagesse et de prévention, alors ne sois plus victime de tes émotions. Les étoiles sont là pour te guider, t'éclairer vers ton bonheur. Je t'aime. 1976 5656.
Now, I like that her background is the same as this show's background.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in some ways, I like to think as this show is the natural predecessor, or the natural evolution of her show, really.
Of JoJo Savard.
Yeah, yeah.
You're saying we're the modern day JoJo Savard.
In some ways, yes.
Now, do you have any fond memories of JoJo?
I mean, I never called her. I'm curious to know.
She's still out there.
Is she still doing this type of work?
I believe she is.
Interesting. I wonder how much, if she's made a good living doing it.
I imagine. I believe she lives in California now.
Really? So she chased her dreams all the way to the...
Gonna live the life, sipping on tequila night after night.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another Canadian artist,
True.
Wave,
yeah.
On a lonely day,
we didn't mention them.
Freeway. You know what? They wanted to leave Canada.
That's true.
They should have made their song "Going to Toronto."
Yeah, for sure.
Or Vancouver or something.
Toronto's the Los Angeles of Canada.
I'm going to Toronto, gonna live the life.
I'm gonna give that 4 stars.
The impersonation?
That's right.
I go 7. Dave, we have one clip left.
Sure.
And I think it encompasses everything that is Canadian pride. And it features, depending on who you talk to, disgraced Canadian Don Cherry. And he has some strong opinions in this upcoming clip.
Others would call him a great Canadian.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. He is as equally pro-Canada in this clip as he is anti-Russian.
Sure. Well, the battle of East and West has been being waged a long time.
Yeah.
They get thrown, get her to the job. But listen, you kid, don't get caught in the Canadian syndrome, where if it's Canadian, it's got to be bad. We're the best. I've been telling you the best. How about the guy that used to be on about 4 or 5 years ago? And the amazing upper body strength of the Russians, so amazing. They're nothing. Just a minute.
No,
They're
sorry.
nothing.
Tournament in Calgary.
N-O-T-H-I-N.
Had a
nothing.
finished touch, but only one at a touching finish, and that was overseas, according to Don Cherry and the coaches' corner on Wilson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Number they get thrown, get her to...
All right. What do you think about his spelling of nothing?
His spelling?
Yeah. N-O-T-H-I-N, nothing.
I mean, I liked it.
Yeah.
I think Russia, is known for developing the modern strength training acumen was developed in Russia with the Russian strongman.
Great hockey players. They've developed a lot of the greats.
Yeah, so I feel like, maybe the answer is somewhere in the middle. Maybe Canada's good, but Russia is also,
Well, you can like Canada without hating other people.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, what did you think about his Don's... These are two guys on a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
What about that guy from 4 or 5 years ago? The amazing Russian body strength. And Ron McLean mutters, let it go. Two guys arguing on... Let it go.
Well, I feel like their thing was sort of a back and forth of Ron McLean kind of being a voice of reason to Don Cherry's
exuberant, gregarious nature.
Yeah, so sort of like nationalistic, hyper masculine, rah-rah, sis-boom-bah energy. So
now, did you have any of the Don Cherry Rock'em Sock'em hockey videos?
I did not. I was never...
Seems like something your parents wouldn't let you have.
Yeah, probably not. I also feel like we didn't buy that many VHS cassettes. I also wasn't. I was never like a huge hockey simp.
Now, was your dad a fan? Do you like Don Cherry?
My dad likes hockey, but he's like a playoff guy. He follows in the playoffs. We would go to a game occasionally now and again.
Now, if you texted him right now, do you think he'd be awake?
It's possible.
What did you text him? What do you think about Don Cherry?
I don't really feel like doing that.
Well, I guess that's our show tonight. It's been an incredible Canada Day here, Dave. Final thoughts.
I mean, Canada. It's a good country. It's got a. People get down on it for a lot of things, but I think that there's a lot more to celebrate than there is to.
I think so too.
Be mad about, and some of the criticisms, they're valid, but ultimately, we're one of the best countries in the world, and we all are
number
lucky.
one. Don Cherry might say.
Don
Canada,
Cherry would say
number one.
I think we're all lucky to be born and raised here, and those who are here who aren't born here, then you're welcome here too. So, Canada,
you really tapered
place.
off at the end there.
Yeah, I sort of lost steam there.
Yeah. And you know what? The fun thing about this is we indulge a lot of CanCon on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes we forget that we are Canadian content.
That's true. This show is a product of this beautiful country of ours.
Now that's an ending, Dave. For Dave Kaufman, I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.
Now I just got to find that song, James, because I feel like I really nailed the ending, but I feel like I closed the song and I can't really find it right now. Just give me a second. Say something else to the crowd. Oh, yeah, here we go.